Hi everyone, welcome to my Carnival Cruise News update. This is the first time I'm doing something like this where it's a semi-podcast, semi-video, but ultimately I'm hoping to share with you just kind of some of the recent Carnival Cruise News headlines. There's a lot going on and sometimes it becomes easy to miss a post or a news article or event, so I'm going to consolidate some of the bigger headlines and information into one semi-video podcast. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started with this week's update, happy 4th of July and Independence Day to all of my USA listeners. Today on the Carnival ships, depending on the ship's exact itinerary, there's going to be several 4th of July celebrations taking place. Carnival's website says that Independence Day fun will be going on with activities like ice cream eating contests, patriotic parade contests, and American-themed pool and deck games. There will also be a 4th of July bash deck party, a country line dancing class, Independence Day bingo and trivia. For the ships that have Carnival's seaside theaters, there will be themed dive-in movies, and then themed youth activities taking place in Carnival's youth programs. I cruised on the 4th of July several years ago in 2018 on the Carnival Valor, and there was several fun activities on board. So guests sailing today, hope you have a great time and enjoy the Independence Day and 4th of July activities taking place on your cruise. The Carnival Valor is now back in service after its 2025 dry dock, and the ship has sailed from Barcelona to New Orleans on a Carnival Journeys transatlantic cruise. Carnival used the time out of service to add several new features to the Carnival Valor and also upgrade and refresh several of the public areas on board. During the dry dock, the Carnival Waterworks was added to the ship. The Waterworks can be found on the Carnival Valor's Deck 10, which is the Panorama deck. Carnival also changed the Skybox Sports Bar on Deck 5 with the Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge. The Heroes Tribute Bar and Lounge is a dedicated space that honors active duty military and veterans that sail on Carnival. The venue is on several Carnival ships now across the fleet. Carnival also upgraded the Carnival Valor staterooms by adding new USB outlets to the room and also enhanced the lighting in the room. The Carnival Valor's casino was also expanded during the dry dock, and now you'll find some slot machines sitting in what used to be the promenade walkway. There's some new gaming options and an improved casino layout based on Carnival's press release. Carnival also rebranded the Carnival Valor Spa and Gym facilities as the Cloud9 Spa. A Dream Studio, which is essentially like a photo session studio, was added on the Carnival Valor's Deck 3. And then on Deck 5, Carnival added a new Carnival Adventures desk where guests can book shore excursions and also buy some things that might be beneficial to have during a shore excursion. Camp Ocean also received a new LED feature wall, which is actually, this is the first one in the fleet that'll allow there to be some programming and multiplayer video gaming for the kids that are in Camp Ocean. Carnival added some new game and karaoke experiences for the guests that are in Circle C, which is 12 to 14-year-olds, and Club 02, which is 15 to 17-year-olds. Throughout the ship during this dry dock, Carnival upgraded carpets and did a just general refresh to keep the areas feeling fresh and modern. The Carnival Liberty's dry dock is currently taking place, and the ship actually made headlines recently because there was a work stoppage at the shipyard that the Carnival Liberty's dry dock was taking place at. Carnival had to move the Carnival Liberty to another shipyard to complete the work due to the labor stoppage. This change resulted in a cancellation of the Carnival Liberty's June 6, 2025 cruise from New Orleans. As of this time, the Carnival Liberty's next cruise is scheduled for July 13th, 2025 from New Orleans. I reached out to Carnival to ask about the work taking place on this ship, and they mentioned scheduled maintenance, but no other details were shared. Carnival has not publicly announced the work taking place to the Carnival Liberty during this dry dock. With the ship's next cruise coming in about 10 days, we should be finding out soon exactly what work took place during this dry dock. Stay tuned for that. Earlier this week, Carnival Cruise Line announced that it's going to partner with the Coca-Cola Company as its preferred beverage partner across the North American fleet. Later this summer, Carnival guests will be able to enjoy a selection of Coca-Cola beverage products on board Carnival ships sailing out of North America. This rollout is expected to take place by the end of summer 2025. As the ships are getting Coca-Cola products, the Pepsi products that are currently being served on board will no longer be part of the menu lineup. Carnival ships in Australia are already serving Coca-Cola beverages. At the time of the press release that Carnival made on June 30th, There wasn't an exact announcement of which Coca-Cola beverages were going to be served on board. However, Carnival's brand ambassador released on July 3rd a full list of the items that are going to be available that are confirmed as of right now. These selections will be Topo Chico Tangerine Sparkling, Topo Chico Lime Sparkling, Topo Chico Blackberry Sparkling, a tonic water, Sprite Zero Sugar, Sprite, Barks Root Beer, Orange Fanta, Ginger Ale, Diet Coke Caffeine Free, Coca-Cola Zero, Coca-Cola, Caffeine Free Coca-Cola, Club Canada, Powerade Zero Mountain Blast, Powerade Zero Fruit Punch, Powerade Lemon Lime, Powerade Fruit Punch, Fairlife Core Power Chocolate, and Fairlife Core Power Vanilla. Carnival ships out of Texas and New Orleans will continue to have Dr. Pepper available. However, it's not yet known about the rest of the home ports, as Carnival's brand ambassador John Hill mentioned in his Facebook post that he's asked the Beards, which when he says that refers to Carnival executives, he's asked them to also serve Dr. Pepper from the other home ports as well. Currently, Galveston and New Orleans are confirmed to have Dr. Pepper, but the other home ports are still to be announced. Let's wait and see what happens and hear of any other news with this beverage partnership as they continue to plan and prepare for the rollout. We are getting very close to Carnival Cruise Line starting to release 2027 and 2028 itineraries. Carnival typically releases itineraries on a rolling year basis, and the next round of itineraries should be for the summer 2027 through the late spring 2028 timeframe. Carnival is going to start releasing the next schedule of deployments in August 2025 for this time period. The Carnival Festivale, which is Carnival's fourth Excel class ship, is going to be delivered in spring 2027, and we already know the ship will be sailing from Port Canaveral, Florida. It's expected that the Carnival Festivale's cruises will be released in the very short term. We also know that Carnival mentioned that the Mardi Gras, which currently is sailing from Port Canaveral, will be doing shorter cruises from Port Canaveral. The only thing we don't know yet is what the exact dates and sailings for these cruise ships is going to be. Carnival also announced that as part of the next round of itinerary releases, Mobile, Alabama, starting in spring 2027, is going to have year-round operations. Carnival has been sailing from Mobile, Alabama seasonally, but we don't yet know which ship is going to be sailing from Mobile year-round and what itineraries and lengths of cruises are going to be offered. Another itinerary announcement to look out for is Carnival adding a Conquest class ship to Baltimore in 2027. Carnival announced earlier in the year that they were exploring moving a larger Conquest class ship to Baltimore in 2027 that would be able to accommodate 1,000 more guests than the Carnival Pride, which has currently been deployed from Baltimore. Carnival didn't confirm that the Conquest class ship was going to be coming there, but since they mentioned it in a press release earlier in the year, that means that they're highly considering it, and very likely it's going to be their plan to move a Conquest class ship to Baltimore. There's a lot of itinerary things that we can look for, especially when a new ship joins the fleet. There's usually some switching around that may take place, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens whenever 2027 to 2028 itineraries are announced. Stay tuned for August 2025, and I'm sure we'll be hearing something soon, as Carnival typically will put out press releases, announcements through John Hill, their brand ambassador's Facebook, as well as the booking engine will start reflecting ships and dates as soon as the cruises are available. Speaking of the new ship in 2027, the Carnival Festivale is going to be the ship that debuts in 2027. People have been asking, what exactly do we know about the ship and what else do we not yet know? We know for sure that the ship is scheduled to debut in 2027 in the springtime, and Carnival has confirmed that the ship's home port will be Port Canaveral, Florida. Carnival is going to have the ship, just like the Mardi Gras, the Celebration, and the Jubilee. There will be zones on the ship that will represent different experiences and have different venues. Carnival has confirmed that one of the zones is going to be inspired by the process of creating music, and that there's going to be media that will allow for interactive moments, sounds, and lighting that will activate during the cruise. There's going to also be a zone on Deck 8 that's going to symbolize the energetic vibes of outdoor music performances. It's also known that the ship is going to have a brand new feature called the Carnival Waterworks Ultra. Carnival is calling this a family-friendly water park at sea. There will not be the Bolt Sea Coaster that the other Carnival ships that are Excel Class, Mardi Gras, Celebration, and Jubilee currently have, because the Waterworks Ultra is replacing that space. This will all be part of a new outdoor zone called Sensation Point. Carnival is also going to have a dedicated space for the Turtles program, which is for children 6 months to 2 years on board. There will not be a family harbor lounge on the Carnival Festivale, as Carnival is going to instead focus on families being able to utilize over 1,000 interconnecting rooms, which is nearly a 70% increase from the Mardi Gras celebration in Jubilee. We also know that Carnival is going to be adding favorites like Guy's Burger Joint, Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse, and Big Chicken to the Carnival Festivale. But we already know that Shebang, which was on the Mardi Gras celebration in Jubilee, will not be added on the Carnival Festivale, and instead there's going to be a new dining venue in that space. It is not yet announced what exactly the new dining venue will be or what type of food it'll be serving.